Good morning, collective. Somebody's going to church in the park. Thank you, spirits. So, we've done laundry, and we're gonna take a walk ski here, get out in nature while it's cool out. I ain't playing. And then we gotta go to the grocery store. But I wanted to share with you the intense download that we can't stop. This is amazing. And so, because I've just had a full day yesterday, I wanted to share the download because it was still on my mind, and even reviewing my videos from yesterday the multiple times with the sun rays. So, if you did see any of the videos, on my way to hiking yesterday to my adventure, when I was driving, it was early in the morning, and there were clouds, and you know, those days when it's like, not like a dark cloudy, but it was just cloudy, and the sun was peeking out through all the different clouds, right? And you actually see the beams of light. There's so many codes in the sun, especially when you see those, hello butterfly, especially when you see those streams of, or beams of light coming through the clouds. When I also arrived to Ash Cave, here's a little monarch butterfly. When I got to Ash Cave, you could also see, again, this is about an hour and a half away. You could see the sun like hitting the cliffs and through the trees, like all the beams, right? It was very clear. I got it on video. And so when I was driving, this is the downloaded message that I got. And I'm also using my personal experience and how I've managed this. So, take what resonates, leave the rest. So for those of you who get spiritually attacked, whether it's your throat chakra, they try to block your finances, they try to block your foundation, whatever it is they try to block. I've noticed, especially with myself, these fucking people leaving trash out, that in the beginning of my awakening, I focused so much on the blockages. I can tell when spell work is being done to me. I can tell when there's attacks. I can tell clear as day, right? And for most of the time, when I first started recognizing that they were attacks and not other things that society tells us they are, that I was spending a lot of my time focusing on the attack, the attacker, what was being blocked, how to unblock it, to push through it, which also had a purpose. So I see things now as when I'm being blocked, when there's a cloud in the way, what other beams of light are shining through for me that I can focus on versus focusing on the cloudiness. So there's been plenty of times when I've gone to do readings, and you know what I'm talking about if you're a channeler or a message or whatever craft that you do. And it's like you do it over and over and just shit keeps happening, right? Whether it's the phone freezing, the audio not being there, or you could tell that your message is being blocked from energies outside of you. And those times, so first of all, use my discernment. I sit and I meditate and I say, okay, is this spirit telling me this is something I need to move away from? Or am I being blocked and do I need to push through it? So that's very important, to use your discernment to recognize, let's check out the roots here, to recognize, okay, is this something I need to push through? Or is this a sign that I need to pivot? And so what I've started to recognize is that there's so much beauty and blessings when we're blocked. If, let's say this is what it was for me, an example, one of the many. When my channeling was being blocked, when I could tell people were attacking my third eye, my crown chakra, right? And the message just wasn't coming. And I kept trying it multiple times. I would stop and meditate, and Spirit was like, this isn't something you need to push through. This is what's being blocked. So I need you to pivot and refocus on something else. So what I started doing is paying attention to that and then refocusing on something else. So if I couldn't give the message, fine. I'd walk away and start doing meditation, or I'd start doing one of my jars, or I would do something else along the path, right, that I needed to do. When I noticed people were trying to, or they did, isolate me and do humiliation rituals and lying about me and all those things to kind of keep you isolated, that kept me isolated. Spirit had that line that way so that I could really hone in on my own personal power. When those things were being attacked is when I really went inward, cocooned, and found self-love, self-respect, learning my own magic, right? And so I chose what beam of light I want to focus on when other beams of light were being blocked. So what beams, when certain beams of light for you are being blocked, how can you pivot? How can you pivot and move it another direction? The isolation helped me because I went inward. That's why oftentimes attacks don't bother me now. I'll just pivot to something else. I got all kinds of lanes I can be in, right? And so do you. There's all kinds of things that we can refocus our energy on. Because what happens is that when we're able to do that, and when we start to see, I'm being blocked in this area, and like, oh my God, sorry, we gotta stop for this. Hold on. Look. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. Here's some more. Funky, 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 funky. Oh, wow, I love the touching them. So, a quick lesson. This fungi is called chicken of the wood. Chicken of the woods. Oh, it's not breaking apart. So, apparently, if you cook this, excuse me, it tastes just like chicken breast. It tastes just like chicken breast. Can you imagine? But because we're in a metro park, I am not going to take my check. So chicken breast to the woods. You can actually eat it. It's supposed to taste like chicken breast. But be careful. Try a small piece first because there may be allergies in there. But anyway, so we're talking about pivoting. Think about certain things that are attacked in your life. Let's say you're channeling or your messages are being attacked, or when you're trying to do some type of magic, or people are trying to isolate you. You know, the false narrative, all that bullshit that the haters do, your fans do. Pivot to focus on something else. Because what I've learned is that doing this has increased my power times 10. I have, anytime someone has tried to take me out or do some major work against me, bitch, I come back 10 times stronger. And it took me a long time to realize that. And that's because I have this ability, and so do you, by consciously focusing on and being intentional with it. Focusing like, oh, I'm noticing this is being blocked in my life. Use your discernment. One, okay, is this something I need to push through? Because there are times, spirit, your ancestors, I just seen a falcon. Hold on, let me see. Oh, sometimes your spirit team, your ancestors, the universe wants you to push through those things, right? And there's other times it can be used as a tool to pivot to work on something else. Okay, this is being blocked right now. I'm gonna allow this to be blocked. What else can I focus on? Do I need to meditate some more? Do I need to go outside and ground? Put my shoes on the feet, or take my shoes off and put my feet on the ground? I'm trying to find this hawk now. So a hawk just flew in front of me. Okay. Transformation's coming. Someone's coming in with some news. Okay, I'm getting... It's been a long time since we've been outside like this. I mean, yesterday, but it's different. Anyway, so in what ways can you pivot? Because you will become stronger in those areas. So this is about alchemization and transmuted energy. So when certain things are blocked, we're able to use that block energy and focus on something completely different. And by doing that, we get stronger and stronger in multiple areas in our lives versus using the energy, focusing on what's being blocked, right? And getting in our head and overthinking about the blockages and who's doing it and why they're doing it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're blocking you because they know you have power. They know you have that light inside of you and they're trying to dim it. So fuck them. Just refocus. You got this. I know he's up here, but the trees. So, anyway, I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy. I truly do. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm. Have an amazing day and pivot your ass right into greatness. Have a good day.